Okay, so the next section we're going to talk about is difference of two squares. So if you look at the statement difference means it has to have a subtraction sign. So this is the only way this is going to work. So it has to have a subtraction sign and it has to be two squares. And it means basically two perfect squares. So for instance, if I did 25, 25 is a perfect square because 5 to the second or 5 times 5 equals 25. So in order to use difference of two squares, we have to first look and see if there's a minus sign. Yes, it is. Are both of the numbers perfect squares? Yes. And so if I pull up a perfect square chart, you can see they're on there. But if you didn't know, we would take our handy dandy calculator and do second square root 9, and it gives me 3. And guys, you're also is going to take the square root of x squared. So what makes x squared? Well, x times x. So if I take the square root of x squared, it's x. Okay? And then the way it works, we're going to have 3x minus in one parentheses and 3x plus in another parentheses. So we're not finished, but we're almost finished. In the last one, we're going to take the square root of the last one. So if we take the square root of 1, we are going to get 1. So our answer would be 3x minus 1, 3x plus 1. So all we did was basically took the square root of the first one and you put in the first parentheses in the first spot, and you put in the second parentheses in the first spot. Then your parentheses, one's going to have a minus, one's going to have a plus, and then you take the square root of the last number. Okay, so let's try this one here, number 2. So we see it got a minus sign. So we're going to double check and see if both of the numbers are perfect squares. So we're going to take the square root of 4. And I'm doing this in a calculator just if you don't know how to do it. The square root of 4 is 2. So we will have 2 here. Let's just put a minus sign. And we will have a 2 in the other parentheses. And we will put a plus sign. Okay? And then remember, we have to take the square root of n squared. So n times n will give us n squared. So we'll put an n here and an n there. Okay? Then we'll take the square root of 49. Get your calculator. Second square root 49. And we get 7. So we'll put 7 here, 7 there. So our answer will be 2n minus 7, 2n plus 7. Okay, let's go to number 4. Number 4 is easier. Probably should have started here. But guys, this one, we take the square root of p squared, take the square root of 36, because we see a minus sign. So I'm going to have my 2 parentheses, one with a minus, one with a plus. Square root of p squared is p times p. So you put 1 in each parentheses. The square root of 36, if you didn't know, second square root 36, and we should get 6. Okay? So your answer should be p minus 6, p plus 6. Okay? So let me try, I'll try an easier one because I talked about 25. Let's do 25. This one here. Well, we'll do these two. So we'll take the square root of a, square root of 64. So you can try these on your own. Pause the video and try them and see if you get them right. So we'll have a here, a there, minus and plus. And guys, it doesn't matter if you put the plus in the first parentheses. It does not matter. The square root of 64, second square root 64, and we get 8. So it'll be minus 8 and plus 8. Okay? The last one I'm going to do is this one, b squared minus 25. So you see we got the minus sign, and they're both perfect squares. So we'll do b minus b plus, and then take the square root of 25. Second square root 25, we get 5. Minus 5 and plus 5. Okay, so now I need for you to complete the rest of the problems working with the difference of squares.